Well, thank you for joining us. We are live with the recap of the Virtual Wellness Summit. I'm Damian Kinsey, the co-creator of the Virtual Wellness Summit. We have Dr. Farron here, who's also the co-creator of the Virtual Wellness Summit. And we have Deanna here, who's a presenter. Dr. Farron, tell them a little bit about yourself, and we're back with the recap of the summit.
Yeah, absolutely. I am Tanya Farron. I am the owner of Creative Living Ideas. That is the company that powered and sponsored the Virtual Wellness Summit. I'm also an educator, have been in education a long time, and a mom and a wife and a business owner, and do all of those things. So yeah, just wrapping up the Virtual Wellness Summit over the weekend, which was really exciting and fun. And Deanna, you introduce yourself. Tell them your name.
Yeah, I'm Deanna. I live and work in Minneapolis. I'm a therapist in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And this is my first time part of the Wellness Summit, but I was part of the Work-Life Balance Summit before that, which was really fun. And I'm excited to chat with you guys. There's so much planning that goes up to all of this. And I feel like you guys do all of the question asking. So I'm excited to be here and to, have a conversation with you guys.
You know what's cool? This may be our private therapy session with Deanna. She's going to ask us all these questions. No, I love it. I love
it. Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. I'm excited as well. And don't worry, Deanna. It was everyone's first time for the Virtual Wellness Summit because it was the first time we did the Virtual Wellness Summit. And we have some more people backstage who are coming up. We have Brenda Lees, who we caught on guard. And we have Camille, who we caught on guard.
Excellent. Welcome, ladies.
Introduce yourselves, Brenda Lees and Camille.
It's so amazing to be here.
It is. I'm super excited to be here. Can you all hear me? Yay. First and foremost, I'm just excited that I didn't start off on mute, number one. And number two, I've been doing a lot of talking and, my voice has a little bit of a frog, but it doesn't stop me, right? So I just wanted to make sure you could hear me. Awesome.
Hear you clear. How about you, Brenda Lees? We have some people. We have Leslie, who was at the summit in the audience. We have Jackie, who was at the summit. Welcome. Wonderful.
Yeah, I think the summit was very recharging for me. I haven't finished watching everything, but what I have seen so far and what I was live with, very powerful, lots of learning. And there's one thing that I absolutely adore about everything is that there were so many synchronicities between what people were sharing that it was kind of really, really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I wanted to add on too that what I love. Yeah, so I'm still watching some of the summit because there's so much information. But I had it playing on in my office, and I had everyone listening to it, so they were enjoying that too as well. But what I loved was the aftermath that I got, and what I mean by that is I got a few people that have DM'd me saying that they really enjoyed the summit. They gave me feedback on my session too as well. I even got that from people that watched the replay. So just hearing that people are watching the replay just shows that this summit really did make a huge impact on so many that we want to watch it over again. So that was really nice. And it's rewarding to hear that we're giving back and changing lives just by sharing our passion and what we do with each other as a collective.
Yeah, I agree. I want to say a couple of things for the people in the audience that did not get to attend the summit. Don't worry, if you've got FOMO, don't feel left out because we have more things that will be coming. But next time join us for sure. Some of the things that I learned also, this platform is fairly new for me. It's on Zoom events, and it's a newer platform to be able to manage on the back end. And so the first time when we did the Work-Life Balance Summit in the fall in October, I didn't know about how the recording stayed for a while. And so I've learned something new. And this is what Camille is talking about, is that I was able to set the recordings for a week. So people that purchased a ticket, even if they didn't get to attend the whole thing because they had a son's soccer game or a daughter's this or a whatever was going on in life, they were able to go back in and watch the recordings of the presenters that they didn't get to see. Now, myself and Damien, we were sharing the love. And so we were jumping in and out of rooms. We were each in a room for 20 minutes, and then we would go switch and switch out to the next room. So I've gone back and watched the parts of the sessions that I didn't get to see the full amount of, and have had some. So from now until April 1st, the people that purchased a ticket can go back into that lobby and rewatch. If they wanted to take some more notes, wanted to gather some more information, those videos are available for them to watch during that time. Now, the coolest thing, I heard a person tell me that they had done meditation during the day when we did meditation, and then they have a hard time sleeping at night, and they went in and they played it before they went to bed, and it helped them go to sleep. Like, when you're hearing that impact, like that people are really using those tools that you're giving them and it's improving their life, like that's powerful, super incredible. Yes. And thank you for Jackie being in the audience. Thank you so much. We wish you could join us. We understand you cannot. And same as Leslie. Thank you so much, Leslie and Kinga, all amazing presenters that were with us. Yes, their recordings are being rewatched as well. Jessica, thank you so much for being at the summit. It was really great to get to know you. I have done a little bit of work and have, checked out your profile on LinkedIn as well. And I'm happy that we're connected. Hello, Liliana, and hi, Heidi. Heidi was the one that led meditation that someone went back to and listened to, that I know for sure. I'm sure other things have been listened to as well. So give us some feedback, ladies, about the actual, let's talk about kind of the platform for a minute. Like, how was the usability for you all? And, what did you think about it? Talk to me about that. Anyone can jump in.
I can start.
Okay.
For me, it was a 10. It was easy to use. It's simple. Jumping from one to another. Like at the beginning, I was confused, but when I realized that once I click here, it opens Zoom. It was so easy. Like I could keep one open, and as I close the Zoom, I would go back, and I can jump from one to another. I thought it was easy to use, to be honest.
Great. And Damien, I know you're not in your normal location. Would you be able to share your screen, you think, of the event lobby, so people could kind of see what we're talking about if they join the next event that we have that's on Zoom events, how they can go back in and look at the recordings? So yes, thank you, Brenda-Lise. I'm glad to hear that you were able to hop in and out pretty easily. How about Camille? Anything for you?
So for me, easy peasy. And for a person like myself who, as much as I'm on technology, I still need my 6-year-old to sometimes help me out with it. So for the fact that it was so easy, click, snap, boom, I did not even know that Zoom can do all of that. I was like, what is this sorcery? And it is so wonderful. So yes, and what I really liked was I liked the countdowns that you had for when the rooms were playing and when they were coming up. So it's like, it was a great reminder to have it there and to, keep me on track. So
that's a good point. That's a good point. So each session, there were 2 presenters per session, and each session had either it was presenting now and you knew that session was going on now, or you would see starting in 25 minutes. So you knew when your sessions were going. That's a great point. I didn't realize that. So thank you.
I looked for that. And can I just say part of that too, why it was really good is because when you have so many presenters, you're going to have a list of people. And for someone who wants to just get to the one that's going on right now, because it was color coded, like the ones that were live, I think were red and
Yes.
then one blue. So I could go right to where my eyes were, to where the upcoming spaces were. So that's another part of it I wanted to highlight.
Excellent. Deanna, anything on your end on that platform?
I just echo what's already been said. I thought in the fall that it was like such a brilliant platform. I couldn't believe how smooth it ran. And same thing. I mean, it's so simple that you can't get lost in it. And I love that. The countdown is brilliant because it's easy to get kind of confused, especially if you're presenting. You're like, oh shoot, where is everything and all this? And the countdown is great. And I loved it. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Good deal. Hi, Raheem. Welcome.
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. Tell everybody about you. Everybody else got to introduce themselves.
Okay. So my name is Dr. Raheem Young. I'm the co-founder of Welcome to Fatherhood. We did our presentation yesterday. It was at 9:00. It was on an All You Get, Gain Understanding. So yeah, that's me.
Great. Excellent. It was really fun. It was fun. So we were talking about the platform itself. Do you have any feedback on the platform? Good, bad, indifferent, on how it was to use it or get into it?
It was excellent. So like I heard everybody else saying like it was easy to get inside of it and everything. So I feel the same way. When I first opened it, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to start, like pressing the start button would take me to it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see any other buttons like to get into it. So I just took a chance and, but outside of that, like, everything was very easy.
Good.
Let's show him how easy.
All right. Let's show him. He's ready to go.
Yes, I definitely am. Go to Windows and we share. And you're able to see that, correct?
Nope. Well, I see the website, my website. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to show them how easy it is. You go to Creative Living Idea, go scroll down, you click this button, 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. Join the lobby. Under 30 seconds into 2 different websites.
You're a master. Look at that. And then, so for everyone in the audience, when you purchased your ticket with us, you can go back in and watch the recordings. I've given everyone until April 1st who had purchased a ticket to go in and watch those recordings. And all you do is click that button and you can go back in and you can look at all of the sessions that you went to. So pretty amazing. It shows the presenters. It is a really great platform. I'm just here to say we were able to get my 75-year-old mom who loved Raheem's workshop. And we got her in and she was able to navigate it perfectly fine. She had no problem at all. She loved it. It was so fun. Yes, that was such a great presentation. Yes, Dr. Young, and yes. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you for that. Your mom, she was able to drop a lot of wisdom and jewels on everybody, so I appreciate her joining.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Lonnie, thank you for being here. Lonnie and I just recently met, have totally enjoyed getting to know her. So thank you so much for being here. And for Lee being here, and for Heidi, thanks so much for being here. Damien, what questions do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'll let you start.
I just feel like I monopolize the conversation sometimes, so I want to make sure everybody can talk.
No worries, I got 1,000 questions if you'd like me to go.
Yes, go.
How did you feel the interaction between the presenters was at the summit? Like, oh, Camille, you're on mute. You're doing it again. You're doing it, Camille.
Sorry, it was amazing. It was like, I'll say it. Like Portia and I said to each other, the one thing that really stood out with the Wellness Summit was how we made a little bit of a community within our own selves, a little tribe, a little bit like the amount of support that came from the speakers. made me say, like, I was trying to rush my kids like it was nobody's butter. I don't know, that didn't even make sense. But what I'm saying is I was trying to rush them on Saturday so I could get into the rooms, but I wanted to also get the integrity of the speakers. So I'm so grateful for the recordings, because I have to see my brothers and sisters in their excellence. We went through this journey together, right? It's like we want to see each other go through this cross the line, right? So the way how you all brought us together was absolutely magical, and I look forward to seeing us all continue to grow, glow, and go in this beautiful thing called life. So y'all got my back.
Oh, 100%. I've loved this community that has just evolved right from the start. So thank you so much. How about Deanna? How about you? What are your thoughts on this community?
I think the community is beautiful. I feel like I've actually seen it more so from the outside than being able to be in it as much this time around. Camille, you and I have never even met. I don't feel like I've seen you at all. It was Brenda Lees and Raheem that I saw for the first time, I think, just like last week when we did the live. My practice is set up in a way that I tend to always be working in the evenings. A lot of people that I treat work a 9 to 5, and so I work a lot of evenings. And so I feel actually like I've been kind of disconnected, and I feel a little bit sad to have missed out on that, because I think there's such a bonding that has happened. I think what has helped me the most, though, is that there were people that were part of the one in October that I knew going into this one. Like, I've followed Lee on Instagram and Heidi, and so I feel like there's like a touch point. Like, I kind of know these folks. I know you and Damien, and that's been helpful. So I'm hoping moving forward that I can have feel a little bit more access, and like I'm able to be a part of those things, because that community is important.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing to make it for what it's worth too. I work a lot in the evening, so I was not there as much either. It was like, it was like hopscotch. Yeah. But the thing is, the times that I was there, it was enough for me to take in that 5 minutes, to take in that 10 minutes. And the times when I wasn't, what I would do is I got to know a lot of people through the comments and through just looking back on each other's pages, because it is busy when we're managing everything else. But I love the fact that even though I was doing hopscotch, every time I hopped, everyone was like, "Hey, girl." And that's what was the big thing about it. So don't feel that bad, because we all have, that's what's great about what you all cultivated here, Damien and Dr. Tanya, is the fact that we feel comfortable enough that we can give each other a helping hand even when we're not there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Raheem, your thoughts?
Yeah, I would second that. Like I feel like I've learned so much, like in going through all the meetings and everything, and well, not even just like with the summit, but just like the meetings that we had, like building up to the summit, being able to meet like a gang of interesting people. I had a chance to connect with Dwight, and I ordered his book. I'm checking it out currently, so I'm gonna give him a critique, or like give him a rating when I finish. But there's a couple of books that I want to. So Lee Forrester, I went to her presentation yesterday. She has a book coming out soon. Portia's book, I want to get that and check it out. And just a lot of like the different topics and stuff that people covered yesterday. I feel like I've grown so much. So and I'm sorry I don't remember the presenter's name, but she talked about the 3 big rocks. This was a concept that I wasn't familiar with before her presentation, but she was talking about like limiting beliefs that we all have. And
Noah.
Who was it?
Noah Crane.
Oh no, it wasn't. I went to Noah too. Noah had the sabotage, the saboteur and the sage. He has LLC. She was an educator, from educator to entrepreneur.
Dr. Mel.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. But go ahead, Damien. Yeah. So
like, sorry.
Okay, no worries. So just like just everybody who who I was able to interact with yesterday, and just leading up to yesterday, it's been a real treat for me, and I'm feel blessed to have the opportunity. So sorry I talk so much, but
Mhm.
but yeah, it was a great experience.
Don't apologize for talking too much. Anybody that talks too much, it's me. But anyway, and I don't care. So feel this is supposed to be, just comfortable. So feel comfortable. Brenda Lees, your thoughts?
Yeah. So number one, I feel similar to Diane and Camille. Like I was in and out, and like I was traveling out of vacation. Like there's so many things that happened during the last couple of months. But regardless of, I may not have connected one-on-one with a lot of the people that may be presenters, I still feel part of a community.
Me too.
And if I know that if I know Camille and I haven't done one-on-ones yet, but I know that if I need something from Camille, all I need to do is send her a message and she'll say, okay, let's hop on a call. Like that's how comfortable I feel about the environment we created. The second is, one thing that I truly miss of corporate was being able to have people around me where if I had a crazy idea, I could just jump into their office and then basically let's pick our brains, let's help each other, let's look at what you're presenting, let's look at what I'm presenting, and we build each other up. And I got the opportunity to do it this time with Kinga. It was amazing. We met together. We shared what she was presenting, what I was presenting. She gave me feedback. I gave her feedback. We built each other up in a way that was very incredible. I even told her at the end, like, I felt like that part of corporate that I truly missed. I would say the only part in corporate that I truly miss, right? Other than the study check, but that's a whole different story. In terms of people, like that feeling part of, okay, I have a network of people that I can just jump into someone's office and like we support each other. We bring crazy ideas into the table, and I did get the opportunity to experience it with Kinga, and it was a blessing.
I love that. I love that. It's so great to hear, when you bring people together, and the power of what these people offer. Again, purposeful planning of putting people together.
It was
is what happened. And, by the grace of God, everyone was already amazing. And so then they just bestowed their amazingness on each other and shared their awesomeness. And it's been so fun, hasn't it? And I know it's hard, like you were saying, Deanna, you give your sessions on those nights, and Camille, you have kids that have practice and things like that. And it is hard. But I'm glad that we were able to still find a way to stay connected through emails and through the chat on LinkedIn together. And, at least still hearing some things. And like you guys said, being able to connect with one another and taking that risk with each other to go out to, to do lives and one-on-ones together was so cool, really fun, really fun.
And if I can add one more thing,
Sure.
is like, it was really incredible to see that we were not telling things that were completely in disalignment. I jumped into Camille's room. The message she was delivering was a holistic, connected message to what I was delivering, to what oh my goodness, I just had a brain fart here right now. What Anya was delivering. Yes. Like I jumped to a couple of different sessions, and it's really incredible to see how there was a connection, and we were like basically delivering the same message to people, but in different ways. So if one doesn't resonate, the other will resonate, the other will resonate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, in saying that, Brenda Lees, that was one of the feedback that I got from a viewer, from somebody that was a non-presenter. She had said that this wellness summit, how she loved how it flowed right into, there were different messages, but they flowed right to her right on time and where she is in life. So it was really cool. It was like how she said, did you all strategically plan to have it set where they flow into each other? And I was just like, "You just good." I didn't say it just like that, but you know what I mean. I gave us our flowers. Let me tell you.
We kind of did. There was some thought behind the schedule. there,
Yeah,
def-
Of course, I don't doubt it.
beautiful.
there definitely was some rearranging and some thought behind the schedule for sure. For sure. But yeah, pretty incredible. I loved it. I'm going to tell you, the days just flew by, the 2 full days worth of it just flew by, and I couldn't get enough. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I caught myself on the couch that night with my laptop in lap watching. I think I was messaging Brenda, telling her I was watching hers that I had to hop out of, and had gone into a couple other ones, and all of that. So amazing. You guys are amazing. Damien, what's a takeaway that you have from this? Like, what's one takeaway that you have from the summit?
A takeaway, I think
Yeah.
the whole theme, I agree, the theme was seamless. It was a lot of planning, a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of collaboration. But I've been on smaller projects than this, and more stress and energy and was put into it. I think this ran smoothly. The whole theme of it going smoothly is because of the amount of people who put into the summit. I attended the meetings. Even if you weren't there, you were checking in with one of us. Myself and Dr. Fran was talking. Ideas were welcome from people, from everyone. We tried new things throughout. It was a lot of collaborations in between. And I think because of the Professional Work-Life Balance Summit, we were able to understand exactly where to put things in place with this particular summit. I think it flowed really well. I think a lot of value was added during the summit, and I think that was the most important thing. I think people came away with it. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, even if I had to if you stayed for a short period of time, people were saying that I got this from this, and there was things that, like sayings that I heard always, like stooping to someone's level, and it being explained to actually what that literally means. And I've heard that a million times, and that was actually explained in Leslie Flowers' room. So I think everybody was amazing.
Welcome, Heidi. Do you want to tell everybody hello and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Heidi Wild, and I am excited to be here for this recap. And I'll say, I listened to a couple of the sessions today, and they were beautiful on a Sunday. Raheem, I got really inspired when you talked about writing and journaling and the poetry and the syllables, and Camille, it was so refreshing. And a lot of, while I was in the session, I heard a lot of it and I thought, oh, I want to listen to this replay too. So I'm thrilled that we have access to this because, at some point I was doing 2 sessions. So I was preparing mentally and focused on that. And I also wanted to hear and be supportive for everybody else in their presentations. And so when I listened to this the second time, I always get more and get different perspective, because I've grown in the week perhaps and whatever, or I'm hearing different things. So, and in terms of the ease, oh my goodness, it was awesome to click. This was my second presentation through this platform, and the first time I was a little bit nervous that I wouldn't get to my room and that I wouldn't share my screen. And this time around, it was so seamless. I had no reason to be nervous the first time. It was just new. But this time it was, familiar, and I wanted to be on time and prepared and all of that for my viewers. So thank you. Thank you for the ease and the support and the direction and the guidance and the leadership from both you, Dr. Tanya, and Damien, and all of us together, like an engine.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We do have some, we are always open also to feedback of things that we need to improve on also. And Damien and I, we're giving ourselves next week off, but we already had a few conversations in between already of what to do differently next time. And one of the things that was probably the biggest challenge for people that were guests was to know where to find the email to log in. Because it didn't come from Creative Living Ideas. It didn't come from Tanya. It didn't come from Damien or Raheem or Brenda Lees or Camille. It came from Zoom events. And so we always had to tell people, go into your email, search Zoom events, and then there's the click to join. Like, it's that simple once you get in there. And so, that's something that we really know that we want to help people that time to kind of make sure their tech is working, give them some time with that. So those are some pieces, because it is new for some people. Our returning presenters understood how to get in. We spent time, we did practice sessions with our presenters. So let's talk about that for a minute. Like, what did we do to get our presenters prepared for this? We held meetings about every month, every 3 weeks, somewhere along the lines in there, if they could make it, or we would, like Damien said, we would catch them up. We spent time networking with our presenters. It wasn't just to sit and get. We would try to put them in breakout rooms, give them time to collaborate with one another, share ideas. I mean, I gained, just not with the summit, but with the presenters, the amount of time that we shared ideas in meetings. And have you tried this? Look at this, go to this site, try this platform. I mean, all of those types of things that were just conversations really helped with that, and suggestions and troubleshooting. We held practice sessions. So we created a whole practice event and spent a night for people to go into the practice event to practice how to get in there. And you know what? This was what was amazing. I told my husband at the end of the night, I said, every presenter showed up and every presenter was on time. I mean, you cannot ask for that for an in-person virtual or in-person summit or anything. There's always a tech issue, a something issue. I mean, 2 weeks before I was presenting in person and they had all sorts of HDMI cords. And I'm like, which one do I plug into? And I'm tied to the podium up here. And I don't like to be tied to the podium. I like to be walking the floor and engaging with my audience. And, well, where's the mic to put on me? I mean, we didn't have any of that. Our presenters were able to go right in. They were on time, right where they needed to be. Everything worked for them. It was perfect.
Definitely. Camille needs to say goodbye to everyone. You're on mute.
I'm telling you, I do not stage this, people. It's a sickness. What do we call it? The Camilleism? Camilleism.
Yeah.
But
Camilleism.
anyways, I wanted to say first that I am so grateful and honored that you all selected me out of all of those applications. How you all curate this entire summit. I send my love and gratitude for it. I am excited to see what else we have to do. And just as Dr. Tanya said, it was just so seamless, and it being online, it inspired me even more. It really did. Seeing how we all showed up, and having over 20 speakers showing up on time and it going so smooth like that, it really does give a testimonial to the creators behind the scenes, the ones who put it together. You truly did. If you want to know what the definition of working with intention is, it's exactly what you all did behind the scenes. You had intention with every step that you did. And so much so that even the ones when we didn't feel like as if we were being able to jump in as much, we still were feeling included enough to know where we needed to go and what we needed to do. And you always, both of you always helped out with a smile, a calm and patient voice, and most importantly, this amazing platform for us to speak our passion. So I want to thank you all. I apologize, I have to leave right now, but I'm in the middle of momming in between here. So got to go do those duties because it is Sunday night, and I appreciate each and every one of you all. And make sure to take advantage of that 1 week of having that recording and getting your note, your pad and paper, and connecting with each and every one of us, because this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So you want to catch that wave while it's low, right? Because we're riding high. All right, everyone. You all
Thank
be well.
you. Bye.
All right. Thank you for that, Camille. Yeah, so excuse me. The summit, it's over. Long process, practice, doing it. Who are you interested in connecting with who was a part of this summit? Beyond the summit. I know Raheem already kind of started it. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So Dr. Q for sure. And we met before the summit. She came into one of our sessions, and well, actually, I went to a session that she had with Damien, and then she came to one of ours, a Welcome to Fatherhood session. But yeah, Dr. Q. I want to learn more about like the the Sage and the Saboteur from Noah. Well, I want to connect with Noah. Lee, I enjoyed Lee's presentation very much. I gave her a story of like how she was talking about projection and how and like having a vision in your head can come your reality. So well, I gave her an example of how that resonated with me and how that worked in my life before. And just like everything that she was talking about, I would like to learn more about that and, see how we can collaborate. I feel like everyone really, I know I talked to Deanna, so we were going to set up a time to connect and talk about how we could collaborate. Yeah, just everybody.
Who else? Anybody? Anything stood out to collaborate with?
Well, so several things. Well, first off, Heidi. I thought this the last time at the last summit where I was like, I want to know Heidi. And I want to, like, Heidi, if you and I lived in the same part of the country, I would be like, let's get coffee. And I also thought that about Lee. And you guys are on totally opposite ends of the country, and I'm in the Midwest. Nobody's around this together. But I also thought that about Lee. And then Lee posts these cool Instagram videos where she's like, dark chocolate is a must and essential. And I was like, yes, it is. I was like, I want to hang out with Lee and have dark chocolate. And I also, Kinga, during your presentation, I was like, I'm going to message Kinga, was like in my mind. I was like, I'm going to message Kinga because I want to like learn more about what she's saying about these things. Yes, Raheem and I already talked. So there's like so much where it's like, again, like I talked about last week, like relationships, like where are we building relationships and all of this? And like, how can we all, even just that community and supporting each other? But it's fun to see because people bring into this like different gifts. Like Tanya, I think you and Heidi are very similar in a gift in terms of like really like this enthusiasm that's like, yeah, I'm excited too. Like, and I think that's really fun. And that's not like my specific. Yes, Lee, I see your comment, Lee, about let's good chocolate. Yes. And yeah, but it's like, yeah, let's, like you guys have gifts that you guys bring forth something that I don't naturally tap into myself. And that's always something that I find a real like draw in people. I'm always drawn to people that possess gifts where it's like, that's not my skill set, but I love to be able to be around that when someone else has that skill set. And so those are some things that I think about. And Damien, I thought this too before, where it's like, you're like so quiet on the side. And I'm like, I want to know more about what you're thinking, like, and what kind of like wisdom and thoughts that you have that you bring in. Cause I bet it's a lot that would be really impactful to hear. So everybody, I'm going to go off and read Portia's book, but everybody. So
Thank you for that. You don't want to know what I'm thinking now. It's like 15,000 things right now.
Yeah, Damien isn't quiet. Damien's not quiet. Right, David?
You're
I'm
not-
regular.
because you're so quiet in these.
This is Heidi. I'd like to add on to what you were just saying as well. And, you know, these 45 minutes that we heard, people's passion, or 30 minutes was a snippet, right? And we could get in enough to create the curiosity. So now it's following up with people and, you know, really delving into it and learning and listening, because everybody's got their different zones of genius, different areas. And I, while I have this mic, I want to say the keynote and the wrap. Oh my gosh, Dr. Tanya and Damien, you couldn't, like, I was in tears for both of you. And there were so many, and I want to re-listen to both of your start and finish, because you set the tone and then you wrapped it up so nicely. So nicely isn't even the right word. So beautifully and succinctly, with both of your personal stories that we all learned so much more about you, as well as just the way that you spoke, and it represented how you represented us. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Heidi.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. I don't normally talk about myself, and I think I shared a lot considering for me. And I was like, I'm only going to do this because I'm at the summit. And if you didn't come to the summit, you won't know what they're talking about, because I'm not sharing any of that on a LinkedIn Live. So the whole audio room. So, hey, you missed it. Come to the next summit if
Yeah, I
you
was
want
going to
to
say,
know a
maybe
little
we
bit
can
more.
get him to do it again at the next summits, right? Because here's the thing. While we presented to a group, which was an amazing group, and I truly believe that the people who came were the ones where people, everyone needed the messages that came. Like it was purposeful, and I love that. But there's millions of people that need to hear these messages. So maybe we'll get him to do it again. I don't know.
I got a
but-
lot of, I needed to hear that. Not from me, not from what I was talking about.
Right. I
I'm just
understand.
saying with each and every one of your rooms, Brenda
Yes.
Lee's, Raheem, Heidi, Deanna, Portia. I got a lot of people who were saying, I needed that. I needed that. I needed to come to this, even prior to it. And I'm quite sure y'all probably got that as well. With that said, Brenda Lee, who do you want to like collaborate with? Because the reason why I asked this question is because when me and Dr. Farron decided to come together and bring this summit together, we wanted people to build relationships with each other beyond the summit. And that's why I asked this question, because we don't want to be the gatekeepers of the relationship. We want y'all to build your own relationship, collaborate, and because we see like this amazing people, especially in the summit.
So I would say that there's a couple of people that I know because they were presenters, and I am very supportive of what they're doing. But I do feel there's still an opportunity for me to connect with them one-on-one. There's a whole bunch. So I would say probably not this week because it's kind of crazy again. But like I would say probably in April will be an intentional month where I'll be setting and reaching out to some people, because I do think that there's some synchronicities while there's some connections and some topics, like there might be a couple of you that I feel we do have the same message in one way or another, but even though we might do similar stuff, we don't do the same, and there's an opportunity definitely for collaborating. I what I would say is that like there's people like, for example, Camille, Diana, like I haven't connected with you guys and Raheem and Haiti one-on-one at all. And I would love the opportunity to do so, because I do feel that there's a way to complement each other. And it might not be necessarily end up in a collaboration, but just knowing who's out there, because sometimes we get reached by people who we may not be the right people to support them. I think it's powerful. And I want to say, I truly appreciate both of you, Damien and Dr. Tanya. because what you guys have done, it's incredible. I've been part of other summits. I've been part of other like I don't know if even to call it summits, right? But I've been part of other events, and I have not seen an event so well coordinated like this one. Like the amount of time and effort you put to the presenters alone is just incredible. Like I feel I'm part of already your family. And I have not, I'm telling you, I've been in some and I haven't seen something like this ever, ever, ever. And never cut that corner because I think that what you do is really powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's really great feedback too to hear. And I feel like we have heard that from some others, not in that exact way, but thank you for sharing your heart with us. And you are part of the family, of course. But you know, you oftentimes too don't want to feel like you're bothering. So that's really great to hear. You know what I mean? Like, how many emails do you send to not be overbearing? You know what I mean? So it's really good to hear that as we have, you know, have done that. And I love it. I love it.
I
I
have
will
to
be
say that I never felt bothered.
great.
Never, never,
I
ever, ever. The contrary, I felt like because I have so much right now going on, I felt that if you had not kept that pace, I would get really lost in the shuffle. Like just seeing your messages, seeing the post, and all of that kept me really in check in terms of what was going to happen.
Okay. Good deal. That's really good to know. So those of you that are like in the audience, so what did they do? What did they do? You want to emulate something like this? We're happy to share. So if we sent an email, right? We sent an email about, you know, a meeting that we were going to have along with an agenda, along with a calendar invite. And then we did create a group on LinkedIn of all of our presenters. And then we usually dropped something in that chat that said, we sent an email today. We have a meeting Monday, this time, calendar invite has been sent. Here's the Zoom link, like 3 different places for them to be able to get that information. And we were very organized at our meetings and tried to make good use of our time. I always believe in efficiency in meetings. All of our time is precious. We don't want to waste anyone's time. We know that they're taking time out of the day. Oh, thank you, Lee. I love hearing that. Thank you. Always take time out of your day to be with us. And so we want to make it purposeful. We want to make it efficient, clear, understood, and, you know, and fun, you know, and I feel like we spent time getting to know each other at our meetings, working on some type of networking together, some sharing together, and then going down into maybe the practice of what we were doing, how the event was going to run, and answering any questions. And so we really did try to do that. We started meeting with our presenters were selected by the beginning of December-ish, let known by the end of December, well, mid-December, I guess, started selling tickets, and then started meeting with the presenters every few weeks in January. So that was kind of our process with that. And it's been fun. It's been really fun. It's been great. Like, this is such a great group of people. It's a really great group. I want to say, like, I know we don't want to, like, every session that I went into, for every 20 minutes that I was in there, I gained something. I can honestly tell you that in every session, I gained something. And I've been in education a long time. All of us have been doing our craft for a very long time. And to learn something new from everyone. I mean, was taking notes. I don't know about anybody else, but I was taking notes, ordering books. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got this book on the way, this book on the way, you know. It was incredible. And that was one of the things too that was important. I thought, you know, Damien and I really didn't want just a person's message to go out, but we wanted the person to go out to the world. Like, if somebody needed to connect with Welcome to Fatherhood, we wanted them to connect with your community. You know, Deanna, if they need a therapist, we wanted them to connect with you. You know, Heidi, they want to know more about AI or meditation, self-love. We want them to connect with you. Same thing. Brenda Lee, same thing with your coaching. You know, we want people to do that. And so I agree. Again, I just keep comparing to the one I was in person in 2 weeks ago, and I never met a single presenter. So not one. Anyway, do you guys have a question for us? Anybody have a question for Damien or myself? We asked all the questions.
Yes, I would ask a question if I can.
Yes.
So where do you see this going? What's next for this?
That's a really good question.
I think that's a great question. I think the short answer to that is that the Virtual Wellness Summit will be back next year. As they said, in Batman, same time, same bat channel, meaning the same week a year from now. So get your planning and get your tickets for that. As far as the other elements to the summit, Brenda Lee, you just have to come to tomorrow's meeting.
Of course.
So all of those summiters out there that presented, we have, I love that, Lee. We have a meeting tomorrow night. We will see you then. And there's lots more to come with this group and with Creative Living Ideas and events coming forth. So let's talk about a couple of the things that we do have coming forth. April 1st, we are hosting, some of us are hosting the Parenting Journey. It is on Creative Living Ideas website. You can go to that spot. It is from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have 4 presenters on parenting. So please come to that. It's the same type of a Zoom event where you would get an email. You can purchase your ticket and then you join the lobby, go in, and you can attend all of the sessions that we have. We have 4 different sessions. We have a session, Damien is talking about bystander effect. I'm talking about parenting as a lifetime commitment. Dr. Sheila, who is one of our presenters, is talking about, I forgot. I keep wanting to go to affirmations. That's what she talked about before, but it was, I think, something about loving reading. And then Ira Gates is presenting.
Not a chore.
Say that again.
Reading is not a chore.
Thank you. Reading is not a chore. And then Ira Gates is talking about bullying. So really, really great information that's coming. It's $25 for the evening. So share this out with your PTOs, PTCs. Really a great 2 hours. So we have that coming. October 4th and 5th, I believe it is. We have the, there's the event.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance summit already on there. So that is coming in October. So after next week, Damien and I will be planning that. And then we will be sprinkling some more parenting events as we build that out a little bit more and other things. So stay connected for sure, for sure. Good things coming.
Who else has a question for myself with Dr. Farron?
I do. At what point in the summit, during the day on Friday and or Saturday, did you sit back and relax in a flow mode? Like, okay, this is churning along, and I don't have to lean forward and wait till the tech issue or the person to not show up, or like, at what point was it?
Never. I wasn't worried about the tech issue or anything, but we made sure that we communicated on a lot of stuff throughout the whole time to make sure that things were going on, that we had each other's back, that we had y'all back, and we were supporting y'all. Thus, got to go back, myself and Dr. Farron, to do team replay because we couldn't be in your sessions as long as we wanted to be. So. Yeah, but overall, as soon as the summer started, I was like, "Oh, this is fine." But we still wanted to make sure that we were supporting each other and we were supporting you and also the people who were trying to get into the summit.
I would say I don't know that I felt like until Saturday after it was over. Like I really felt like, woohoo, you know, okay, we did it. That's how I felt on Saturday afternoon. And those of you that called me already knew that I said that because I said that in the phone to you. Woohoo, we're done. We did it. And so that's how I really felt on Saturday. I felt really good after Friday. The only thing that and I'm very reflective in my practice, always have been. And I wondered, and you guys tell me this, and those of you in the chat can drop it into, should we have had like a little warm up start like we did on Friday morning where it got everybody in and got people going? Because our session started right away Saturday morning at 9, like Raheem right away, boom, he was on, you know? Should we have done that little 9 to 9:20 startup? Welcome.
I like that. I will say I like the grouping together, the like, because everyone can, you know, even if you're just kind of, I don't know, coming in your pajamas or your coffee and all that kind of stuff, there's something fun about touching base as a big group before moving to the individual sessions, I think.
Okay. Any other feedback on that? Portia said yes. I feel the same way too. Like I kind of felt like that in the morning, like, should we have added that piece in? And so I liked having it on Friday. I think it was important because we were getting guests in that time. Also, Damien and I were working quite a bit on getting guests in behind the scenes, and other people were as well. So anyhow, that was just something that I was thinking about, but I loved it. Thanks, Heidi. I just thought it was great. I loved it. Anybody else have a question for us?
I'm curious how you two wind down from this. What do you guys do? I have my ways of winding down from things. So what about you two, especially since you guys were the force behind this?
Well, I will tell you, I think I told Damien this, or maybe I told Heidi. Saturday night, I was like, I didn't really have like any posts to get together. I didn't really have anything I had to do. So I kind of was like, what am I doing? What do I do? What do I do? You know, because I didn't really, you know, I had been getting all these posts ready to go and scheduled to get out. And Damien was getting all these lives scheduled to go out. And we were on our big push 2 weeks in advance. And so sometimes it takes me a while to kind of decompress. But let me show you. I've already made a whole list of this of next. So that's where my brain goes.
You want the honest answer to that, Deanna? Me and Dr. Farron said we'll take a week off. Probably it'd be like 4 days. My brain, we already started talking about what next year looks like in a year after.
Yeah, honestly, I will be honest. At the Work-Life Balance Summit, because I did a lot of that at the beginning by myself. Damien just, you know, he was like, "Do you want some help?" About 2 weeks into it, and I was like, "Yes, please." Maybe a month into it or something. And then after the summit, I said, "I'm taking off." I think I said I was taking off 2 weeks, but then I was messaging him. He said, "I thought you were off." I'm like, I know. I just had to get this thought out. And then I'm back in. So we are taking this week off. After this, we're taking the week off.
Well, after tomorrow.
Right. After tomorrow's meeting.
This time off keeps getting shorter and shorter as you guys talk.
That's why I said it's probably like 4 days, to be honest.
But are you literally taking off, or are you just taking off from the summit topic? Like, am I gonna still see you guys in LinkedIn connected, or are you literally taking off?
I have Wishful Wednesdays on Wednesday, so I'm here.
There's no taking off.
So I guess when we say taking off, that means Damien and I aren't going to talk to each other for 4 days. I think that's really just what that means. We're not going to text or, you know, like have conversations about, what about this? I thought about this. Don't forget this. I sent you an email on this.
You're taking a break from each other.
I'll disconnect Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll disconnect Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I do want to say something that was kind of great. It came out of this was blanket statements, and I'm not saying the overall thing of blanket statement because that was amazing. But what was great about it was Dwight and Dr. Raheem Young were on stage together doing blanket statements, and then it was this moment of me, Dwight, and Raheem on stage together, and I think it was a great moment because I don't see that many men together doing things on here. So I think it was really great to see that and have that level of communication, and shared values of positivity. So that was a great moment as well. It was good to get to know different people and see them do lives, audio rooms, collaborate with each other. I know Brenda Lees, you and Leslie did one together, a live. Dr. Mel and Dwight did blanket statements. I got to go see that. Portia and Jamie did her live last week. I think these things are so great. Mispa, Dr. Karishi wants to collaborate with you, Deanna, and meet up with you. I think these things are great. Like, Dr. Farron, you and Heidi are taking the show on the road from audio to visual, talking about AI. So I think these things are great, having these collaborations, these things going on, who keep continuing expanding. You have people who are saying, tag me and put me in, and they're just like doing it. And it's not like this long process of theatrics and figuring things out. So that was my biggest takeaway. I know it's 9:00, so that's mine.
Yes. I just want to say, I think the best thing about this collaboration for people is that it's fun to watch them give each other a hand up. And I love that. They're extending the hand, they're lifting each other up because they all have the mindset that there is room for all of us here at the table. All of us. There is plenty for all of us to do, to collaborate together, and to make change in this world. And I love that. That is what I am seeing. And I think that is so powerful and incredible.
Final takeaways, everyone. Let's start with Brenda Lees. What's your final takeaway?
That there's a power in community, huge power in community, and that there are endless possibilities about what you can do to overcome your challenges. There's there's not a one size fits all, but there's like a multitude of catalogs that it's up to us to choose what fits our needs. But at the end of the day, everything out there is with the same purpose, right? Serving the same purpose of supporting people's growth and development and inner healing. But it's up to each one of us to kind of find which one is the one that it's fit for us. And there should not be an excuse of I don't find one, because there are so many different things that people are doing, different methodologies. It's all about finding that one that works for you and taking the leap.
I like that. Heidi, how about you?
I am taking away that we are all so unique and have such beautiful gifts. And when we all come together and we share those gifts, it is like a well-oiled machine, because some people are really good at the technology and others are really good at other things, and that's what makes this spin. And that's why everything was so seamless, because everyone was presenting and passionate and in their zone of genius. And I also know that from what I heard in the speech that I heard and the ones that I will listen to in the replay, there is a nugget or more in every single one of those that I can implement into my life immediately. And that includes my own sessions. That includes me listening and hearing how I can do better, how I could have, not in a critical way, but in a growth way. And also slowing down into a meditation that I may not take the time for, that I might like, take my own medicine, so to speak. So that's what I have. Thank you. And a beautiful community. And you never know what's going on behind someone in their smile. So listening to people's stories as they share, as they're vulnerable to share, is a beautiful thing as well.
Thank you for that. How about you, Heidi? Deanna. Sorry. Thank you,
That
Heidi.
was-
How about you, Deanna? That's what I meant to say.
Well, it's funny when Brenda Lee said community, that was like the word came to my mind as she was saying it. It was like we were of one mind in that moment. I think the community is a really beautiful aspect. I think it can be really easy and almost too enticing to just do things on your own all the time and forget about the power of working together and collaborating together with folks. And I think actually most of us are much more eager for that than sometimes we even are consciously aware of. And I think we see that with the summit and how everyone comes together, and then how fun it is to get to transfer these ideas back and forth.
Like that. Thank you. Dr. Rahim. Thank you so much, Deanna.
Yeah, so I have a short and simple, quick one. It's that water finds its level. So that's it. That's my takeaway.
Thank you for that. Dr. Farron.
Thank you to everyone. Every one of the presenters were amazing and brought value to the people that attended, including the other presenters. And I have loved being a part of this community, and I'm excited to watch it grow. Thank you.
Thank you for that. My takeaway is it felt the way it felt because it was supposed to feel that way, because that's how we felt. And the last thing I'll say is 2350. And if you don't know what that means, didn't attend the summit. So with that said, thank you all. This is Getting Ready Live, the Virtual Wellness Summit, the recap. Myself and Dr. Farron will be back with Getting Ready in not this week, the week after, right? This is a holiday week, right? Coming up, right?
Correct. Yes.
The week after, we'll probably be back with Getting Ready Live and kind of give some updates of what's going on. And those people who presented in the summit, thank you all. And everybody else who participated and showed up for the summit, supported, reposted, who couldn't come and shared it out with their community, we thank you as well. So with that said, we will play the video of the Virtual Wellness Summit presenters, and good night.